So the UK, it just can't seem to wake up from its Brexit nightmare. Today, Parliament rejected a deal to leave the European Union for a third time. This is yet another defeat for Prime Minister Theresa May, whose future is now in question. Also in question, will the UK actually leave the EU? And if so, when? CBS News senior foreign correspondent Mark Phillips joins me now from London. So, Mark, it's March 29th. It's the day the UK was supposed to leave the EU. What exactly happened today in Parliament, and what happens next?
Well, Theresa May made her third try at trying to get the deal that she had negotiated with the European Union, the so-called withdrawal deal, through Parliament. She's had massive defeats up until now. The first time she tried it, she lost by 230 votes. The second time by 149 votes. Today, 58 votes was the measure of her defeat. And so the Parliament at this stage has no particular path to follow. Next week, they've been voting on a series of what they call indicative votes, what kind of deal they might accept, but none of those that they put to the vote this past week got anywhere near a majority, and the whole process appears to be at sea now, as does her prime ministership.
I want to ask you about her prime ministership. We know her days are numbered. What happens next for the prime ministership?
Well, she made the offer to leave. The people who are on the very strong leave side, let's say, the fundamentalist leavers within her own party have always been convinced that she was carrying on the negotiations in a half-hearted way because she was, during the referendum campaign itself, she argued, although not very vociferously, on the Remain side. So they've always thought of Theresa May as someone who wasn't really keen on the whole idea of Brexit, and that she saw the whole thing as a kind of damage control operation, which is not how they see it. They see it as having opportunities yet to be defined, but that's what they say. So earlier this week, she promised them that if they only voted for her deal and got it through, that she'd leave and let somebody they like better, it's unclear who that might be, carry on the negotiations from here, because we're only talking at this stage, complicated though it is, of the withdrawal agreement, the kind of divorce settlement, who pays who, what money, when it happens, that kind of thing. But we're not talking about the future relationship, what kind of support payments the kids get, who lives where, to carry the metaphor to absurd conclusions. And for that kind of negotiation, they're saying they want somebody who's more like them to carry them on. Who that might be, nobody knows at this point. And in any event, her promise, the line here today was that she had promised to fall on her sword but missed. Her promise was that if she got this deal through, she would then leave. Well, the deal's not through, and there's no date set for when she might go, although people think the phrase that's being used about her is that she is a lino, a leader in name only, and that she can't possibly hang on past the next couple of months or so.
We were watching the markets, Mark, and it was visible the pound dropped. News of this third vote not making its way through. So what's the sense, the impact for the regular citizens of the United Kingdom? What are they most concerned about?
Well, again, it depends where you sit on the Brexit spectrum. There are those who say a clean break. It was supposed to be today. Now it's scheduled for the 12th of April. That a cliff-edge Brexit, as it's being described, would have initial shocks, but then the economy would recover after that. Others say it would be a complete disaster, that there are no mechanisms in place to handle the customs clearance for all the goods that come in, and the way things happen, fresh foods and fruits and vegetables, fresh meats, medicines are a big concern, would all be jammed up trying to clear customs. They've even run exercises here using the main highway that leads down to the main port at Dover across into France to use it as a truck parking lot while trucks are queued up waiting to clear customs coming and going. So the predictions vary from a total disaster to we'll get over it, depending where you sit on the basic Brexit idea.
Mark Phillips joining us from our bureau in London. Mark, thank you very much.
Pleasure.